They've really been exposed. In many ways, the narrative is crumbling, but I think they pushed too hard too quickly, and they did it in such a way that even people within the system are seeing it now. So it's falling down, but you've got to wonder what's around the corner. When you look around the world, you look what's happening in Ukraine. Ukraine's one of the biggest food producers in that whole area. You look at what's going on in the United States. Recently, there's been a spate of fires and explosions in food processing plants right across the United States. That seems a little strange, doesn't it? So there's all of this sort of stuff that's being set up. We're heading for massive food shortages. A massive food crisis is going to happen this year. Prices are already skyrocketing. So there's all of this stuff in the background. So before they bring all that in, their next food crisis, which, it wasn't our fault, it's because of the pandemic, it's because of Putin invading Ukraine and all the things, the excuses they'll use, they've got to appear like they're the good guys. We did all this for the last 2 years to help you. Now we're releasing them. We want to go back to normal. Oh, but dear, we can't because of all of this domino stuff that's happened, which has all been planned. It's all been pre-planned. And that's why it's happened so quickly. When you see what's happened in the last 2 years, how quickly it's been to break down the system, like almost completely. Because they spent the last 60 to 100 years setting all the dominoes in place, all they had to do was flick that first one, and now everything's just going to go its natural course. That's why they set up all the codependency. In my first film, The Big Picture, I said the codependency that's being set up between nations, or this international interdependency upon other nations. All nations are losing their autonomy, they're losing their self-sufficiency. We're all dependent upon everybody else. This has all been set up for a reason. So all they have to do is stop the supply chains and everything's going to break down, and they'll get their depopulation and they'll get their order out of chaos that they want. You know, in Australia now, like with the floods and things that they've just seen, we had the fires there, then the floods in the most enlightened area of the country, of course, getting all these people off their homes and off into these smart cities. Now the whole East Coast, there's 52 smart cities they want to create along the East Coast to build back better, you know, make things more efficient, keep us all safe, all more monitoring, So it's all part of the plan, and they've got to appear like they're the good guys. They've got to appear like they're rolling it all back, and the next domino is not their fault. They've got Russia they can blame now, which is why the war in Ukraine happened exactly when it did. And people who think Russia's taking down the deep state, and sure, Putin's barred all these certain people from coming into Russia, and we're all looking going, well, these are all the people that we hate too, so he must be awake. You know, it's a bone. They're throwing a bone to the truth community. The way Trump was a bone for the truth community, the way Q was a bone for the truth community. Sit back, do nothing, it's all good. The white hats are in there to save you. Meanwhile, when you look at Russia, the same bio-digital surveillance system is rolling out in Russia, social crediting, everything, it's all exactly the same. It's just their own version of it. So, yeah, I mean, things are not over. There is definitely a calm happening at the moment. And it's an opportunity for us if enough people do wake up and we don't forget what happened in the last 2 years and we actually hold these people to account, we have got an opportunity now to actually take back the system for ourselves and move the world in the direction that we want it to go in. But we've got to be, like I said, aware that there's another play going on behind the background. And while everyone's distracted with Ukraine and worrying about whether the virus is here or gone or whatever, this whole smart system is continuing to roll out, which has been the plan right since the invention of television.